Hello everyone, this is Brian Bloodaxe for the Amstrad CPC, released in 1985. Brian Bloodaxe, if you hadn't guessed, is a Viking. He was trapped in a block of ice for centuries apparently. He's just been thawed out in modern England, so now he wants to conquer Britain. Can you imagine Vikings coming over to Britain now to conquer the land? They'd be saying, this is no fun anymore, there's got to be some sort of challenge. Despite the fact this is supposed to be set in modern England according to the instructions, there seem to be knights all over the place and various other characters from history. Perhaps people who write computer game instructions and the people who actually do the programming should get together sometime and have a little natter. You know, then they know what the bloody hell the other one's doing. Are the platforms in this game of some actual significance? That's quite often he's just walking in thin air. There seems to be various things around the place you've got to collect. I presume you've got to collect that key. Oh, here we go. Exterminate, exterminate. Oh, fuck off. These sprites are really flickery. You can jump on enemies' heads in this game. Exterminate. I'll go polish your knobs. There's an aeroplane there. They're flying underground for some reason. That's British Airways for you. He's been struck down by God. Then again, he might have been aiming at the computer programmer. Well, I suppose if it's Vikings, it might be Thor or something like that. Well, there's more characters from history. Well, they all been thawed out of the ice or something. There's some bloke in red waving a sword about. At least I hope that's a sword. Well, there's little Vikings at the bottom of the screen moving backwards and forwards. An idea that wasn't at all nicked out of Manic Miner. Ericsson, Ericsson, Ericsson the good. Ericsson, Ericsson, nipping through the wood. I'm not going to continue this, you'll be pleased to hear. The Olympic swimming championships are going on. And oh bloody hell is the shark from Magic Land dizzy. That was an absolute flipping nuisance, I tell you. Try and get it backwards and forwards on the shark's fin. This bit is an absolute flipping nuisance. It's going to be dodgy trying to get across that top bit with that bloke up there. He seems to be able to walk across thin air. I think you've got to time this bit absolutely right. I think you can jump on his head, but this character just moves so slowly you're just not going to make it up the stairs in time. I've got the gun, except I can't actually use it on him now. Where exactly are you supposed to stand so you can use the gun? You can't get back up to that platform. Doesn't seem to be a lot of thought gone into this layout. Oh, you can't get back up, he's trapped. There was an Amstrad computer gaming magazine that gave this 80%. Did they actually bother to play it? I get very suspicious about some of the scores in some of these magazines anyway. As you spend money on a game that got a high score and it turns out to be rubbish, then a few years later it gets released on budget and they admit it's crap. Well, they'd actually bothered to bloody play it by that time, had they? That was good of them. What the hell was that? A snooker table? Here we go, killer toilets. Oh, toilet duck. Back in the old days, you weren't allowed to show toilets in films and things. It's like in old Laurel and Hardy films, that sort of thing. If they're ever in a bathroom, you'll never see a toilet. Don't know quite what certain modern comedians would have done back then. Taken up plumbing, probably. Oh, here we go again, the final judgment. Don't know whether you need that crucifix to get past it. Seems kind of strange. This game is quite obviously jumping on the Jet Set Willy bandwagon. It hasn't got any of that game's addictive qualities, to be quite honest. It just gets irritating after a while, the flickery sprites. I don't know quite what you're supposed to do. The collision detection is absolutely abominable. Quite often you're just walking along on thin air. The energy bar at the bottom of the screen just gets depleted like nothing on earth. Uninteresting, ugly little sprites. It all just looks kind of sub-Jet Set Willy. That bit where I collected the gun, and then I was trapped anyway because there's nowhere to actually stand to shoot that knight, just shows how little thought has gone into this game. I think real Vikings must be turning in their graves. The colours on some of these bigger sprites are a mess as well.
And the perverted fear of violence chokes the smile on